All right, what are you two doing out here? And what's in the bag?
Sitting in the park, man. Not bothering anybody.
Yeah? Well, I asked what's in the bag. Go ahead and tell me.
That's not your business.
It is now. You see this? Taser in one hand, cuffs in the other. Last chance. Give me the bag. You're going to
We
jail.
haven't done anything. You can't just grab our stuff.
We're just sitting here.
Hand it over right now or both of you are under arrest.
Officer Ryan Caldwell, a rookie cop with 8 months on the force and a pattern of making arrests without probable cause, was patrolling Riverside Park when he saw two black men sitting on a bench minding their own business. And despite having no legal reason to approach them, Caldwell watched them for 15 minutes waiting for them to do something suspicious. Then, when a third black man walked up, handed one of them a bag without speaking and walked away, Caldwell decided that was all the evidence he needed and stomped over to the bench, accused them of being up to no good, and demanded they hand over the bag immediately because he was certain they were dealing drugs or committing a crime in public. When the two men, FBI Special Agents Damon Wright and Kelvin Miles, told them they had committed no crime and refused to consent to a search without a warrant, Caldwell raised his voice, threatened to use force, pulled out his taser and told them they were under arrest for resisting an officer. What Caldwell didn't know was that the two men he was threatening were undercover FBI agents on an active operation, that he had just threatened to taser two undercover federal agents, that his entire racist tirade had been recorded, and that his decision to profile and threaten federal agents would cost him his badge, trigger a department-wide investigation, and result in a lawsuit that would cost the city nearly $1 million. Before we go further, what city or country are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. We love seeing where you're tuning in from. And if you believe two black men should be able to sit on a park bench without being profiled by a cop, like this video and subscribe. Riverside Park on a Thursday afternoon in late April was exactly what a public park was supposed to be. Families with kids on the playground, joggers on the paths, people sitting on benches reading or talking on their phones, dogs running off leash in the designated area. The kind of place where people came to relax, to take a break from the noise of the city, to sit in the sun for a while and do absolutely nothing. Damon Wright and Kelvin Miles sat on a bench near the east entrance of the park, talking quietly and watching the afternoon unfold around them. Damon was 34 years old, 9 years with the FBI, currently assigned to the Organized Crime Division, working undercover operations that required him to blend into environments where looking like a federal agent would get him killed. Kelvin was 32, 7 years with the Bureau, same division, same type of work. They were both dressed in casual clothes. Jeans, hoodies, sneakers. Nothing that would make anyone look twice. They weren't just two friends catching up on a park bench. They were working. They had been running an undercover operation for the past 6 months, targeting a drug trafficking organization with ties to 3 states. And today they were waiting for a contact to deliver intelligence that would help them make arrests within the next 2 weeks. The handoff was supposed to be quick, discreet, and unremarkable. A man would walk up, hand them a bag containing documents and a burner phone, and walk away. No conversation, no attention drawn. Just two people meeting in a public park like it happened 1,000 times a day. Damon checked his watch. The contact was running 5 minutes late, but that wasn't unusual. He looked over at Kelvin, who was scrolling through his phone with the kind of relaxed posture that came from years of doing this kind of work. They had done dozens of handoffs like this before. It was routine, boring even. What they didn't notice immediately was the patrol car that had pulled into the parking lot 12 minutes earlier and hadn't moved since. Officer Ryan Caldwell sat in his cruiser with the engine off, his eyes locked on the bench where Damon and Kelvin were sitting. Caldwell was 26 years old with 8 months on the police force, and in those 8 months he had already built a reputation that his training officers had started to notice, but hadn't formally addressed. He was eager, too eager. He made stops that didn't have clear justification. He arrested people on charges that didn't always hold up in court. And over those 8 months, 3 formal complaints had been filed against him by Black and Latino residents, all of them claiming he had stopped them, without probable cause, questioned them aggressively, and treated them like criminals for doing nothing more than existing in public spaces. All 3 complaints had been documented. All 3 had been noted by his supervisors. And all 3 had been dismissed as the kind of thing that happens when a rookie is still learning the job. Caldwell saw Damon and Kelvin sitting on the bench, and something in his brain flagged it immediately. 2 black men, sitting alone, not doing anything obvious, but in Caldwell's mind that didn't matter.